We were all put on buses and we traveled all over Greece. We wandered up and down mountains, old theaters, you name it. One of my fellow travelers, whom I usually sat beside, was Seth Benardette. I think we became friends because I was the best of the worst, so to speak. In other words, he despised everybody, but he maybe despised me a smidgen less. We will always spend a lot of time on the bus traveling to different sites in Greece. And there were maybe 15, 20 of us. He had a little book, a black book, and every person on the bus had a heading that was an animal. And every time that person behaved like that animal, he would make a comment. Once he showed me the book, he wouldn't let me see my page, so I don't know what animal it was. He was superlatively brilliant. I mean, it's hard to explain how learned he was and what a memory he had. We would come to a little Greek theater in the mountains. These things were magical. You know, the theaters were often well preserved. They were built into the mountain. And he would stand in the orchestra, which is the place that has the best resonance. And he would deliver choruses from Greek tragedy. Not only that, he'd gone to Stuyvesant High School in Brooklyn, he was from Brooklyn too, which was a technical school. And when the bus broke down, which was not infrequent, he was the one who got out and got the wheel off and the tire fixed, or looked under the hood and discovered. He just knew things. It was remarkable. He had an appointment to St. John's. That didn't work out because he was not student-friendly. For example, he would sit at our octagonal table in the basement of McDowell, and he would read aloud a freshman student's essay, which, if done in the right tone of voice, can be hilarious. But it isn't what a tutor is supposed to be doing. So in a friendly agreement between him and the dean then, Mr. Klein, it was agreed that this wasn't the place for him. And he was asked if he knew somebody who might be more student-friendly, and he named me, and then wrote me a congratulatory postcard when I'd been appointed, saying that he had meant to be malignant, but it didn't work that way. Was he a friend of man? Not really. But I think what it was that he was a student of Leo Strauss's. He was so under the influence of the grandeur of the ancients and of the diminishing of that in modernity, and especially in himself, that I think what came over as arrogance was really a kind of self-despising that came from maybe not overestimating, but taking too personally the greatness of the great.